Floyd, what do you hope is the ultimate impression you've left on everyone in this room and all the boxing fans, and with the way you took that second round, damage, and then came back and went toe-to-toe with Mosley the rest of the fight?
I mean, a lot of people are surprised, but I don't think my team is surprised. I just believe in myself. And these type of things happen in big fights. But I'm used to shut every fighter down, 12-zip or knocking the fighter out. I think that after a while, I think Mosley went into survival mode. I think he was just surviving, just wanted to go the distance. I was looking for the knockout, but he kept holding me. And things happen in the sport of boxing, but I went out there and just fought my heart out.
The other time that I remember you standing toe-to-toe was in Atlantic City with Corley. What about that situation and this situation made you want to do that? I mean, you don't have to fight that way.
Well, every fight is different. Every fight is different. Every fighter is different. Everybody was talking about how Mosley is stronger, how Mosley is faster. And I kept trying to tell people, Mosley may be stronger when it comes to lifting weights, but this is not a weightlifting contest. This is a boxing match. It's not by who hit the hardest, because I rocked him too. I rocked him more than he rocked me. So, but like I said before, that comes with the territory.
How effective were the left hooks and the right hands, and why? And how close did you feel you were to knocking him out?
I see. I was pressing the attack, but every time I pressed the attack, I think that he was holding. And of course, with 18 years, with him being a professional, 18 years, of course, he got experience in being in, grueling fights. But I don't think I think that fighting me was totally different. A sharp, smart fighter that can, like I said before, I ain't in the business. I'm not in the fight game to take no punishment, of course. So ain't nothing cool about what happened in the second round, of course. And I go back home and sit down and talk with my father, talk with Roger, evaluate some things, because of course we don't want to get caught like that when we do fight again. So it went like it went. How close was I to knocking Mosley out? I really don't know, but we was breaking him down. I could see that at one point I said he gonna cough it up, but he kept holding. So things happen.
Floyd over here.
Okay, where we at?
You're right.
Hey,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me just ask you about the potential Pacquiao Mayweather fight. For the good of boxing, for the sake of boxing, to continue to cement your legacy, doesn't that fight have to happen?
I've been dominating fighters since the '90s. Like I always said, I'm closer to 40 than I am to 21. So, if the fight happens, it happens. Like I'm not out chasing no fighters. I'm happy with what my team has done. I'm happy with what HBO has done. And of course, I want to give the fans a pleasing fight. If the fans want to see me and Pacquiao, I want to give them that. But we must be on an even playing field in the sport of boxing. Too many fighters are dying. Too many families are getting hurt in the sport of boxing. Just like Mosley, I said, in the past, he was, of course, got in trouble for being on enhancement drugs. So I said, listen, we can make the fight happen, Mosley, if both me and you have to take random urine and random blood. As right now, USADA's, I don't know, USADA's back there. And that's what took me so long to come out, because I had to give him a certain amount of urine. Then, like 55 minutes from now, I got to let him draw blood just to show the world that I'm a clean athlete. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, that I'm the best, and I don't have to take no enhancement drugs. I don't have to take nothing.
You've talked a lot about that second round, and you've talked about your will to win. To your right here, Floyd, right here.
Okay.
What is it that in you that makes you so comfortable when the situation around you seems so uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable when?
I wasn't in the second round.
I was relaxed. When I kept my hands up and said I'm relaxed, I said, this come. I was in my mind. I thought about my family. I said, this come with the sport of boxing. It's no problem. I said, this ain't nothing but the second round. We got 10 rounds to go. And I already know I won the first round, and he won the second. But then after that, everything was downhill. I wasn't worried.
Hey, Floyd.
What's up, Noah?
All right. You mentioned that your father watched the tapes and he told you something.
Both. I come from a fighting family. You know, when you mention boxing, you got to mention us.
I'm interested in knowing what did they tell you?
Just far as side to side lateral movement, a sharp jab, a pull counter, which is a shot that you when a guy shooting a jab, you rock back and come over it and meet him at the same time. Before his jab get back, he already got hit with the right hand. That's what's a pull counter. You know, fainting him out of position. Breaking with the left hook, just different things. We don't approach every fight the same way. When we fought Marquez, the game plan was to use the jab and be smart. With Mosley, break with the left hook and just be smart. Watch him because we know he's going to load up and be you.
Did you think you was a little more cautious in this fight than, I seen you fight before, and boy, when you get ready, it's coming your way, you just turn it loose. But it seemed like you're a little bit more cautious in this one.
Of course, you got to be cautious in boxing, period. You don't want to go out there and just be a loose cannon, and be out there and be a loose cannon. Like I said before, I do this for that's what I do it for.
Floyd, what's up, man? When did you realize that you were the stronger man in the ring?
Even with the second round with him landing a big shot, because I knew I was a stronger guy from the beginning before we even got in there. But everybody was going by because Mosley liked to lift weights a lot. But it's different. And every fighter that's facing me will tell you that it's totally different. And I don't fight every fighter the same. I approach every fight different. And so my ultimate goal was I was looking for the knockout, but he kept grabbing me, and so that's when we was bickering back and forth about. I said, "You keep holding me. You talking about that I'm fighting dirty, but I'm not fighting dirty. You keep holding me." And so that's what we was arguing about. And I don't know, it was the 8th, 9th, I don't know what round.
Floyd, congratulations, Floyd. Can you talk
What you from the
about?
Philippines?
Yes, sir. There's a lot of fans there's a lot of fans in here. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask anything foul. But whose idea was the entrance with the band singing and the people on stilts and money thrown out? Whose idea was that?
We know what idea it was. I want to bring the people a show. I'm gonna be honest. I always got a trick up my sleeve. I got a game plan. The thing is, I feel that he's a lot older. He's 38 years old, so I said, I'm gonna keep him waiting. We'll play my video, put a show on, let the pyro go off. I'm gonna sit in the back and just wait and relax, let him get cold. Mind games, just been around the sport a long time, man. And that's what we was doing. But it was my idea to put on the show for the people. It was something different. Like I said, I'm always trying to bring something different to the sport of boxing. And I think all the sponsors, I think Tecate, StubHub, and DeWalt, I don't want to forget nobody, of course. AT&T, of course, we've done a great commercial. I know we're going to do another one. I think everybody, and of course HBO, that's family. Everybody done a tremendous job. All the media, everybody that came from all over the world, and everybody that came from, that flew here that's in the country, that flew here to see the fight. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hi, many congratulations. Oscar said earlier that you know how to get into someone's head and beat them mentally and then be able to beat them physically. And you've said that every fight is different. What did you do tonight that was mentally different?
Mentally in the fight, I was talking to him, telling him different things. I told him, your jab ain't faster than mine. If it is, let me see. And if he shoot it, I'm going to pull over it. So, just different stuff like that. And I just told him stuff like, I said, it don't matter what. I said, this ain't the second round, I'm going to keep coming. So I said, I'm going to keep coming, so no matter what happens, I'm going to keep coming.
Roger, what did you see in the film work, the preparation for Mosley, that made you believe this fight lend itself to being real aggressive and making a toe-to-toe battle?
Well, what I seen about Mosley. See, most people don't even know nothing about boxing, so I'm gonna say that. That's why I'm explaining to you why I seen what I seen and why my nephew did what he did. First off, Mosley has got very fast hands, but there's a difference. He don't have a jab, and that's the key to boxing.